Students, बात करेंगे Address Resolution Protocol की, or the ARP. Students, in our data communication system, whenever a host has to send something to a distant host, which is across some nodes and some links, then the sending host will have the IP address of the destination. मैंने आपको बताया था कि there is a process which we are going to talk about in the later courses, but that's the process of DNS. So using the DNS, the source finds out the IP address of the destination. Students, this IP address is all well and good, but it is not enough to find out the intermediary hosts, which are your different nodes and your links that are present between the source and the destination. Students, in this case, this IP address is not helpful in moving the frame through different nodes and links that make up the route from the source to the destination. Students, this is where we need the concept of Address Resolution Protocol, or the ARP. Students, as you can see, ARP, the position of ARP in the case of TCP/IP protocol suite, it actually exists on the network layer. Very interesting. The ARP protocol is one of the auxiliary protocols that we define at the network layer. Students, because of the fact that we have this protocol converting the IP address to a logical link address or a physical address, we consider this as part of our data link layer. Students, in the case of the ARP protocol that you're looking at on the screen, the ARP accepts the packet, the IP packet that is coming from layer 3 down to the data link layer, and it maps this IP address to the corresponding link layer address. So the conversion that's happening, which is done by the Address Resolution Protocol, is from the IP layer IP address to the data link layer physical address or the link layer address, and then this link layer address gets passed on to the data link layer. Students, anytime a host or a router or any particular node, it needs to find the link layer address of another host, तो क्या होगा कि it will send an ARP request packet to the subsequent node. This packet will include the link layer and the IP address of the source node. So when we are sending it, we will include our own IP address and our own link layer address or physical address. And because the sender does not know the link layer address of the receiver, the query is actually broadcasted over the network. Very important point. In the case of ARP, the ARP request is, the first ARP request is always broadcasted over the network and over the link, which uses the link layer broadcast address that we have already discussed, and the particular destination host will receive this request and then will respond to it. How it is done, we'll look at it in the next discussions as well.